I hear a lot of things said in the world that are meant to be a blessing, but let me establish in you the eternal blessings that God has for us always. It is not that I have to renounce everything in this world, that I leave all things. It's an extremely temporary leave, certainly far less than a moment in time. A moment of slight confusion and blankness, but your entry into heaven is anything but leaving all behind. The whole concern of our Father's heavenly family is the family, and it's focused heavily on the children. And when you realize you are in heaven, you are immediately very aware of your concern and your presence with all that is without in consciousness. For you know the burden to them, and your love immediately propels you to your presence with them and concern. It's not that you're held back from being in heaven. The only way you're held back is if you were to enter bodily back here again as the person you have been. And you may well wish to do that, except your eyes be open and realize that it is God with the whole of heaven that cares for your loved ones and eternally, infinitely successful at that, and that you are a most able part of that love and care and presence with them, your loved ones that you were supposing to be leaving behind. That's a nonsense. God does not leave you behind because he dwells in heaven. Heaven is within you, and we are in heaven. How much more then are we therefore, all of us, including our Heavenly Father, in you? I will never leave you nor forsake you. It is not only our will, it is the will of our Heavenly Father. Of course, we're born of him. Obviously we have the same value in that regard. It is our family. You are our family. And our arm is not shortened because we are in heaven. We dwell in you. You may feel the loss. You may think, Granny's died, gone to heaven. Mum or the child's died. Child is just within you, waiting. All of it. The kingdom of heaven is within you. It is not a place of scarcity. It's a place of infinite provision, love and care. Because our Heavenly Father has it that way. How could you love anything else? This is your desire. I can tell who you are on earth from what you value. Actually, it's a deception, because you are deceived as regards what you value. You think it's all sorts of things, material and transitory. But what you really value is the eternal. And the eternal is in you. You have it already. It's just that you need to grow. Grow up. Become an adult. Blossom into the fullness of adulthood. You are here in the world of uncertainty because you need to be. You are as a child in the kingdom of heaven, and your experience here outside the garden is to teach you to know and value all that's of God. In fact, you're not outside the garden, you're dreaming. You're very much in heaven, protected and cared for. But in the dream, you are learning to understand good and evil. And you do that by contrast of what's in this world, so to speak, in the dream. In the dream there's good and bad. And you can wake from the dream at any time. Be awake even in the dream when you are aware that you're dreaming. And of course, you don't hang on to the dream for long, because what's the point? You'd rather have full consciousness and understanding than the lack of such. The child's ever reaching up to understand. That's what childhood is. That's what life is. And full life is to value life eternal, which is life in the fullest and most blessed of circumstances, to flourish, that your life may flourish. So you are moving towards, in this dream, that full awareness that the kingdom of heaven is not only within you, but is all that you want and are. You're a child of God, and you'll be aware of being an adult fully in the kingdom of heaven. So you do not leave behind your loved ones. On the contrary, you dwell in heaven and are ever loving and caring and influencing them. They may feel they've lost you. Well, they may realize then how much they love you. And that draws them to heaven. Especially when they review that, hopefully that's where you are, as they see it. Do you see they stand at the gate? And you are the lady that's calling them on. Here am I.